Hey, how you doing? It's Kim Reads Urantia. Nice to see you. Okay, we're going to read from the Urantia book. First, we're going to get Andrew Harvey, right? And it's October 9th. This is from Andrew Harvey, inspired by Brother Lawrence of the Resurrection. Brother Lawrence of the Resurrection was, he lived in a Carmelite monastery in Paris. He lived from 1614 to 1691, right? Or 1611 he was born somewhere, some different. Maybe there's a couple Brother Lawrences, which probably. He's known for being really intimate with God, and his memoirs are practice of the presence of God. So he lived in the presence of God constantly, and worked on awareness of that. That's really good. May I dare to love as if there were only one me and God. Okay, not only one me. May I dare to love as if there were only me and God in the whole wide world. Wow. Okay, so that's kind of like, see, that's to me that's like ignoring all the people. I don't know how I feel about that. You know, God to me, I mean, to a lot of people, it's always a little bit scary. I mean, you love God, but I can love people because they're right here. And they're not as scary. Well, they're kind of scary too, though. God dang. I don't know. Love God. Love as if there's only me and God in the world. What if there was only me and God in the world? What would that even be like? I don't know. I don't know. That's a really weird concept. There's only me and God in the world. I suppose you'd live with just this sense of like awe, wonder, and just like, wow, all the time. It'd be like an acid trip, but no people. Okay, I know. Okay, this is Urantia book, paper 21, the Paradise Creator Sons, section 3, local universe sovereignty. A creator son is given the range of a universe by the consent of the Paradise Trinity and with the confirmation of the supervising master spirit of the super universe concerned. Such action constitutes title of physical possession, a cosmic leasehold. Right, just like leasing real estate, or it's like the title to your real estate. But the elevation of a Michael son from this initial and self-limited stage of rulership to the experiential supremacy of self-earned sovereignty comes as the result of his own personal experiences in the work of universe creation and incarnated bestowal. Until the achievement of bestowal-earned sovereignty, he rules as vicegerent of the Universal Father. Okay, so he's just a representative of the Father there. until he becomes like the master, which, that's what Jesus's bestowal here was about. Yeah. A creator's son could assert full sovereignty over his personal creation at any time, but he wisely chooses not to. Right. What if someone did that? Like, kind of like Lucifer thing. If, prior to passing through the creature bestowals, he assumed an unearned supreme sovereignty, the paradise personalities resident in his local universe would withdraw. But this has never happened throughout all the creations of time and space. So that would be kind of like a Lucifer thing if that happened. But it's never happened. The fact of creatorship implies the fullness of sovereignty, but the Michaels choose to experientially earn it, thereby retaining the full cooperation of all paradise personalities attached to the local universe administration. We know of no Michael who ever did otherwise, but they all could. They are truly free will sons. Okay, so let's just be like, I'm just going to decide. Okay, so I'm a teacher. I'm going to just go out and teach people stuff without a license. I'm not licensed to do that. So then, I can teach people whatever kind of stuff I want. Well, that's totally spiritual teachers and stuff. They don't have licenses. They go out and tell people all kinds of stuff. But then that can backfire on you because there's, you don't have those protections of a license. Okay, keep going. The sovereignty of a creator son in a local universe passes through 6, perhaps 7 stages of experiential manifestation. These appear in the following order. 1. Initial vicegerent sovereignty. The solitary provisional authority exercised by a creator son before the acquirement of personal qualities by the associated creative spirit. 2. Conjoint vicegerent sovereignty, the joint rule of the paradise pair subsequent to the personality achievement of the universe mother spirit. 3. Augmenting vicegerent sovereignty, the advancing authority of a creator son during the period of his 7 creature bestowals. 4. Supreme sovereignty, the settled authority following the completion of the 7th bestowal. In Nebuchadnezzar, the supreme sovereignty dates from the completion of Michael's bestowal on Urantia. It has existed just slightly over 1900 years of your planetary time. Augmenting supreme sovereignty, the advanced relationship growing out of the settling of a majority of the creature domains in light and life. So, right. So we're on number 4. Right. We're not to this augmenting supreme sovereignty yet. Trinitarian sovereignty, exercised subsequent to the settling of the entire local universe in light and life. Unrevealed sovereignty, number 7, the unknown relationships of a future universe age. Wow. So there's 6 stages, maybe 7. So there might be something else coming up for them once the entire universe is settled in light and light. And accepting the initial vicegerent sovereignty of a projected local universe, a creator Michael takes an oath to the Trinity not to assume supreme sovereignty until the 7 creature bestowals have been completed and certified by the super universe rulers. Okay, so he takes an oath to do that. That's good. That's good. All right. But he has free will to fulfill that oath or not. But if a Michael son could not at will assert such unearned sovereignty, there would be no meaning in taking an oath not to do so. Right. Even in the pre-bestowal ages, a creator son rules his domain well nigh supremely when there is no dissent in any of its parts. Limited rulership would hardly be manifest if sovereignty were never challenged. Right. Okay. Limited rulership, right, would hardly be manifest. Okay, so he rules in the pre-bestowal age, he's ruling it, yeah, but subsequent to the will of God, sure. The sovereignty exercised by a pre-bestowal creator son in a universe without rebellion is no greater than in a universe with rebellion. But in the first instance, sovereignty limitations are not apparent. In the second, they are. Okay, so he does have sovereignty limitations, and those manifest. Those are apparent if there's a rebellion. Of course, that's true for us. Because he's limited, he can't do things to, engage this rebellion or to stop the rebellion until he's earned that sovereignty. If ever the authority or administration of a creator son is challenged, attacked, or jeopardized, he is eternally pledged to uphold, protect, defend, and if necessary, retrieve his personal creation. Such sons can be troubled or harassed by the creatures of their own making, or by higher beings of their own choosing. It might be inferred that higher beings, those of origin on levels above a local universe, would be unlikely to trouble Creator Son. And this is true. But they could if they chose to. Virtue is volitional with personality. Righteousness is not automatic in free will creatures. Oh, wow. So so if this is possible, this will happen at some point. They're saying it's possible. It hasn't happened yet, but it could happen. Probably will happen. Before the completion of the bestowal career of a creator son rules with certain self-imposed limitations of sovereignty. But subsequent to his finished bestowal service, he rules by virtue of his actual experience in the form and likeness of his manifold creatures. When a creator has 7 times sojourned among his creatures, when the bestowal career is finished, then is he supremely settled in universe authority. He has become a master son, a sovereign and supreme ruler. Okay. I think we're pretty lucky. We got a really awesome creator son. Okay. The technique of obtaining supreme sovereignty over a local universe involves the following 7 experiential steps. 1. Experientially, to penetrate 7 creature levels of being through the technique of incarnated bestowal in the very likeness of the creatures on the level concerned. 2. To make an experiential consecration to each phase of the sevenfold will of Paradise Deity as it is personified in the 7 Master Spirits. Okay, I don't know if Michael's done that yet. An experiential consecration. 3. To traverse each of the 7 experiences on the creature level simultaneously with the execution of one of the 7 consecrations to the will of the Paradise Deity. I have no idea what that means, what that is. Traverse each of the 7 experiences on the creature level simultaneously. Four, I don't know, I don't have time today to get into this. I'm late. On each creature level, experientially, to portray the acme of creature life to Paradise Deity and to all universe intelligences. 5. On each creature level, experientially, to reveal one phase of the sevenfold will of Deity to the bestowal level and to all the universe. 6. Experientially, to unify the sevenfold creature experience with the sevenfold experience of the consecration to the revelation of the nature and will of Deity. 7. To achieve new and higher relationship with the Supreme Being. The repercussion of the totality of this creator-creature experience augments the super-universe reality of God, the Supreme, God the Supreme, and the time-space sovereignty of the Almighty Supreme, and factualizes the supreme local universe sovereignty of the Paradise Michael. Okay, that's all a lot of stuff. Okay, so number 6, I understand that one. Okay, so that's unifying the sevenfold, the descent with the ascent, revealing God to man and man to God. Okay. One of the 7, because he's consecrated. Okay, so that must be he's consecrated to our Master Spirit, to the 7th super universe. Okay, that's a lot. Okay, so that's more than just what I thought. I'm not sure what a lot of that means. Okay, in settling the question of sovereignty in the local universe, the Creator Son is not only demonstrating his own fitness to rule, but is also revealing the nature and portraying the sevenfold attitude of the Paradise deities. The finite understanding and creature appreciation of the Father's primacy is concerned in the adventure of a Creator Son when he condescends to take upon himself the form and experiences of his creatures. These primary Paradise Sons are the real revealers of the Father's loving nature and the beneficent authority. The same Father who, in association with his Son and the Spirit, is the universal head of all power, personality, and government throughout all the universal realms. All right. That's amazing. Okay, I'm going to leave you there. Thank you for being with me. I have to go. Okay, love you. Bye.